Hiya folks, let me tell you what I'm doing today. I have a client who has requested that I record a video on one of two topics. The first topic being repairing a damaged personal relationship, the second one being escaping your own prison. And lucky for him, but not so fortunate for me, I have experience with both. Especially being in the prison. I got 25 hard years of labor and sadness. Got the calluses on my hands from where I was swinging the sledgehammer all day. Seriously now. Actually, these two topics are arguably the same topic. And what I have to tell my client and you is fundamentally, there's only one thing to do. And that's to realize you can't change anyone. The only person you can change is yourself. If you're trying to change yourself with the idea of making the other person come around, my friend, you are looking at a lifetime of misery. Look, I've said this before. There are 4 dimensions to our humanity. You got the physical, you got the mental, you got the emotional, you got the spiritual. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the spiritual is key to all. And as far as I'm concerned, you can't have spiritual without a connection to the divine. To speak of spirituality from an atheist point of view is diluted at best. Now, I don't care what you call the divine. I don't care what your connection to the Creator is. But if you improve yourself mentally, intellectually, you become smarter, you become sharper. Doesn't mean you have to become a better person. If you improve yourself emotionally, well, that means you're better able to take the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. We all know people that are calm under pressure. But again, we all know people that are calm under pressure but aren't necessarily nice people. And you become better physically, become stronger and faster, perhaps live longer because of healthy choices. Doesn't mean you have to be nice. But spiritually, my friends, spiritually, because at the same time, you recognize your insignificance in this world, and at the same time, you realize your absolute, utter importance to this world. It's kind of a paradox. But when you're aware of that, you're aware of how essential it is to be at your best. We're humans. We can't always be at our best. And when that happens, when we stumble, we forgive ourselves, and then we try again. Or we do, as Yoda would say. But the thing is, spiritual drives it all. Ellen DeGeneres was recently criticized for being spotted in public palling around with George W. Bush. And all these people that loved her so much decided to criticize her and hate on her. And her response to it was perfect. Her response was is a philosophy that I have upheld for decades. It's a philosophy that's upheld by other people. Unfortunately, not nearly enough. But she said that when I told you to be kind to people, I didn't just mean to be kind toward those who have the same opinion as you. I meant for you to be kind toward everyone. Joker movie. The Joker movie is getting a lot of controversy right now. In the movie, Arthur Fleck, the Joker character, becomes violent and rampages. Now, he was born, or he was directed toward a path of mental illness because his mom abused him. But all these different junctures in the narrative, in the movie, all these chances for people to respond kindly to him, and so many people did not, which for the Arthur Fleck character only reinforced the idea everyone's against me. I have to respond somehow. I'm going to respond in violence. we have an awesome responsibility toward everyone in this world. Now, I'm not saying that if the characters who interacted with Fleck had been kind to him, that Fleck's character would not have rampaged. But I think it's very likely. At the very most, it would have been delayed. So perhaps more mechanisms could have come in place to stop his rampaging. And I absolutely believe that if all these people were kind to him, or at least one or two of these people were kind to him on a consistent basis and committed to him, then he, in turn, would have chosen to better himself instead of going down the path of destruction. I can't tell you how many times people have told me, whether clients or just folks that I meet, how I save them from slicing their wrists, or jumping off a bridge, or assaulting someone else. We never know how what we say to other people, what we say, how that's going to affect them. And it might not affect them in the moment. It might not affect them for the good in the moment. They might scoff at us. But a day, a week, 5 years later, they might say, oh, that's what Mark was talking about. Or they might go home and say, you're not going to believe what this clown Mark was saying to me. And that person he's talking to will say, wait a minute, that makes sense to me. We have an awesome responsibility. So let me pull back here a moment. I'm not just to get back to the prison and the damaged relationship. Obviously, we're not talking about, in this case, somebody going off the rails and going crazy and hurting people. But all we can do is better ourselves. We work at bettering ourselves. We realize our place in this universe. We're driven to become the best that we can be for everyone around us, because we can't be better for everyone else if we're not bettering ourselves. Don't look to try to get other people to come around to your way of thinking and your way of behavior. What we do is we model for them. We demonstrate for them. We love them. Do what you can to make yourself better. And the people around you, including folks in the damaged relationship, will respond how they respond. You have now given them the chance to become better, maybe not with you, but become better because they're watching your example. And what if you don't become better? What if you just stayed bitter or depressed, sad? Imagine how that sadness, bitterness will magnify in a day, in a month, in a year, in 5. You are becoming the best person you can. You will attract better people and better situations and better conditions. You will attract these people to you, and you will live the life that you were born to do. That is what's important. Not validation from others, but the knowledge that you can validate yourself, the knowledge that you are a good person. The prison. There's no jail cell door because the door is open. There's no key because it's not locked. In fact, if you concentrate and focus, you'll find out there's no cell. You are a free agent, able to touch the world in myriad ways. So take that agency into you, absorb it into your soul, and be all that you can be, and be happy for this moment, for this opportunity to learn, to grow, to connect with the world. Be happy that you are who you are. I wish you the best, my friends. Peace. Where are my fingers? There they are. Peace. See you next week.